Good evening. I should actually say to many people, Happy New Year. And for all the people who are watching this video tomorrow, Happy New Year. Happy 2020. There is a trend going on online of people going through what happened in the last 10 years. And that I cannot do that right now. I do not have the time to do that right now. There are some subdued situations that started off this year. It is still 2019. About 8:40 p.m. I need to be going in like about 10-15 minutes. I should be out of here. I know there are people are going to start knocking at my door. As you may see, I went for a dinner and ate like a pig. We were all eating. One of my friend was like, "Dude, I cannot move anymore." I was like, "I didn't eat half of your food, but I feel full." It was that good. Really, really nice food. Italian dinners are very nice. So all that, forget about all that. What is going on right now is 2019. If I am starting, it was a very sad start for me personally. My my uncle, Faisal Rashid, he was a doctor. Passed away on December 31st, 2018. Right at about I was not feeling really well on that day. I was sitting in my home in India with my mother, and I said, okay, I may not really go out for this thing, New Year party. And I told my nephew, two of my nephews, I told them, why don't you guys go and have fun? And they were like thinking, whether to take me or not. This guy getting a little too old for this. And my nephew in India, he don't even really speak up, in front of me. He's a very, very, very nice guy. So they went, and I told them, oh, go. And even after receiving the news that my uncle passed away, then they came back and said, what happened to you? I said, I completely lost it, man. So yeah, my uncle, he was a tremendous influence in the entire family. He was very well read, uh, fantastic English. He's the one who taught me, told me many stories, Western stories and mythologies and other things. He was fascinated about all that. Towards the end of his life, he was more into crime stories, watching crime shows, CSI, those kind of shows. He loved it. Perry Mason, long time back, I remember when we were sleeping. When we lie down to sleep, he will sit or he will be lying down on another bed, and we kids will be on the side, and he will be telling the story, and we will be sleeping listening to one of these chapters, which he read. He goes to work, he reads there, then he comes back and tells us the story. It was so much. And cricket playing, we used to play cricket together. His son is Faisal Rasi. He's an actor, fantastic actor. We all grew up together, and yeah, after leaving, last time I saw him was when I was sitting. I went to India on December 10th. December 11th, I reached there, and I fell asleep sitting on a couch on a love seat. That was sitting there. I fell asleep, and I was like, sleeping. Suddenly, somebody woke me. It was my cousin, his daughter. She said, "Wake up!" And I was like, "Oh, what?" Then I looked. He's standing right there. He was not well. I heard that he was not well. I was thinking of going to him the next day and seeing him. He came, and he had issues. He was breathing problems and other things. We were trying to talk like old times. We were not able to. He's not 100% following me. He was 80 years old, and at that time I know, okay, this is coming towards, unless something happens and picks things up, he's going to be in bed, because already my other uncle told me, yeah, he got one lung is completely weak, the other lung is only working almost 20%. So imagine the breathing problem he had. So he passed away at that time. So it was a very, very sad event. But at this time, when I'm actually looking at it, even after coming back to the United States, I remembered all those great times we had together. He guiding us in almost everything. When I went to college, or when I went to high school, to college, to whatever I did, he was a strong supporter. Whether it is a good, bad, I'll be calling people bad names. I was the quarrelsome guy in the family, even at that time. When I have my temper tantrums and everything, he know how to control me. Oh, come on, calm down, So yeah, he was like a good role model, a very good father, for both his children. Fantastic human, I learned a lot from him. I learned to be a better human, better patient. And this year, that was the thing. One of my anger management tools was thinking about these folks, how they behave to me personally. My uncles, my dad, my dad's brother, all of them. So no matter what I said, they were with me. Personally, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. They even my brothers right now are same like that. They are very patient with me, and I'm very patient right now. I became, calm down. I'm getting older. Much older. Let's come to all that. Okay. As for the year, what would I say? What can I say about the year? A mixed bag. A mixed bag in the sense there were things. I'm not going to go deep into the details of it. I think I am already in a situation of about, I don't know, 6 minutes. I don't want to go too long with that, ranting about, this happened, that happened. How can I concise it and say there were things that I thought may happen this year that didn't happen at all. Then there were things that I really, really thought should not happen. That's the way things happens. But the thing is, it's balanced. There are. I may, if you put everything together, maybe a little imbalanced this way, that way, but eventually it all comes to a balanced situation. On the personal note, that's where it comes to Little Boss. Many people actually read about Little Boss in my websites. Little Boss herself actually read a lot about this thing. There were, I thought, okay, it may become a little dramatic, and that didn't happen. That's a good part, because when things becoming dramatic, I may get. So that's what I was thinking. Even if some drama happens, how do I handle it? I may have to handle it much more patiently, much more amicably than last time. That's the best part. But as a poet, my goodness, I'm going to give you a brief timeline about this. I came back to the United States on January 10th. I landed here. Then I took maybe a 10, 12 days of break. I still stayed home. I hardly went out. I was not walking much because I had knee pain. So my knee, when I was traveling, my knee stuck a cart-like thing that was there in Dubai, and I had knee pain when I came in. So I put it into a knee brace and other things. So that hit was really pretty. It took like about a couple of really weeks to really get back. Then by about February, I started walking. So I went to Bayshore. I was taking a walk. Then I noticed something unusual. A store I thought I could stay there for almost ever closed, and that's where I missed the whole Little Boss. But somebody started coming to my website from about February. It became very regular, and I became very regular. I started writing, or every day there's a poem out there. I posted it, and then I promoted it on Facebook. Things like that were happening all through the year. This is the greatest year as a poet, because even from old Indian poems which I brought and initially made lonelypoet.com in 1998, I may have posted like 12 poems in 1998 in my website. Then in 1999, I wrote like 42 poems. So it's like average about a week I take to write a poem. And from there, yeah, the Mukushla poems were, really big. That was in 2005, 2006 time. Once that, was over, even though the connection with Mukushla, came all the way through in about 2012. Even by 2015, I was still writing some poems, connected to her, and she was suspecting almost everything I write is about her. So, what can I do? There's a limit to which you can actually say, that's not exactly yours, but then I stopped, I was like, whatever, she's a nice person. She was, at least. I don't know what is happening with her in the recent times. So that's all gone and over. Then other people came to my life. There are others. I mean, not girlfriends or relationships or things like that. But there were people you become friends. You become friendly with others. Eva, one of the girls, is Eva, and another girl called Lucretia. People call her Luke or Rihanna or something like that. And they were all there. They were fascinated by what to do with me. So I was like, no, don't do anything with me. I'm already taken. Or I'm. And then I actually corrected. I'm not really taken yet, but I am given. Yeah, so I think people understand what exactly it means by that. Whatever meaning you are going to take from it, take it, live with it. But yeah, it all comes down to that one person. I think the last video also I said everything came down to that one person, Lil Boss. That's it. There's nothing more. So more than 300 poems came out this year. I probably will be going on a writing spree again because there is an idea which I was actually putting it together. Oh man, my pen fell down. No, not this one. I should have actually shown you earlier. It's all there. I put it all behind. So I'm actually working with the 100 years of love. It has connection to Lil Boss, but I need something like that to actually work through, and working through some really, really good, nice efforts I'm putting in to write poetry, even though it doesn't pay any of my bills. I enjoy the process. I told it multiple times, So we are at 12 minutes. I hope I can wrap this at this point. It was a fantastic year, in many ways. It was traumatic years, in traumatic time in between. So at this point, I'm going to come back and go through the 10 years, last year from 2010. Was it all really balanced? Maybe I may have to do a reevaluation before I say that. But I'm sitting here and I'm smiling, and I can laugh at many things. I can, get angry at many things. And I actually learn to absorb that anger, with whatever I can. So that is what I'm going to take at the end of this year. I have learned, and the learning still continues. I'm going to be 50 years old officially on February 14th. So that many people told me, by that time, are you going to change? I was like, bullshit. I don't care about New Year or Valentine's Day or birthdays. I really don't. When good things happen, and when it happens, then I'll say that those are good, because, I can only put myself in situations that are good. Then the situation should actually work for the good of me and the good of everyone. Then it is good, because if it is going to be one-handed, it will be a selfish thing for me to say that, it all should happen in the way I want it to happen. When I'm actually putting myself in a situation where there is at least one person on the other side, it should be beneficial for both of us. It should be good for both of us. It should make us both feel good about each other. And if that's not happening, then there is no meaning in it. I will not call it good. I will say, yeah, balance one, and I walk. So at this point, the only thing I am not going to walk away from is Lil Boss, and she knows what it means. Probably she will see this video, she will get some time to actually watch this too. I'm going to get out. I think about 5 minutes over than the time I thought. 15 minutes into the video. Happy New Year to everyone. And what I'm going to actually do this, at this point is, I pray that all your things become balanced. The good you do becomes great. The bad you do will be forgiven. And the things you just see as normal, nothing to do, nothing happening things becomes good. Be charitable. There is a meaning in it. There are people who actually who are charitable, who had gone through great things and wonderful things and bad scenarios that big they turned into good. That's when you become charitable. The first charity starts to yourself. May God smile upon you always. Happy New Year.